Now it's time for desktop discussions.
Hey, folks, Sir Charles Carey here with another episode of Desktop Discussions. I had a thought that I wanted to share with you, but before I go in, I wanted to thank all of those that have been commenting on the content, the Desktop Discussions comment. They're very short takes that are on YouTube and social media. I appreciate you guys. I truly believe that likeness attracts likeness. And the reason why some of the content that I provide resonates with you is because I'm the kind of person that sometimes says things that others won't say, don't say, or maybe had not thought of. And for those of you that like the commentary and those of you that, want to hear more of that sort of thing, I definitely get it. I appreciate you for it. And I'm just glad that I'm able to provide something that makes a difference to those viewers and those listeners. So today I'm talking about the simple fact that are we outsmarting ourselves? And I've been saying this for a long time. I believe that as it relates to technology, and I'm going to break this down, I'm going to unpack it slowly. As it relates to technology, I truly believe that sometimes we're moving too fast. Now, I don't mean overall with every single thing, but I do mean as it relates to, I guess you could call it the morality clause or the morality mindset. So this is what I've taken a couple of notes just to share with you. And please feel free to post your comments, chime in, agree, disagree, whatever it may be. I'm here for it because I want all the smoke, right? I think that progress is essential. We can't move forward as a society based on values necessarily, but principles of the 1950s and years before. We have to move forward because if not, we would still be driving Studebakers and bicycles, which bicycles aren't bad, but I think you understand my meaning. We need to progress. We need to be able to move in life in a more forward thinking manner. And I think that that's essential as a civilization and, of course, as a society. Even looking at ovens, kitchens, right? You don't want an oven that you have to put wood in the stove, right? So because of the fact we have gas ovens and electric ovens and different convention and convection ovens and microwaves, even though microwaves may not be the best, we've evolved is my point, and it is important. But there are certain things that we need to keep in mind as it relates to the medical community. I think that's really important as well because the way that an operation can take place now, or the way that we can define or disseminate what's wrong with the person, if it had not been for the technology that has been created, we would not be able to do some of the things we've done. We would not be able to administer the care that we're able to administer. And I totally agree with that. And I understand that. I would say in most cases, maybe not all, but in most cases, we need that technology. We need that advancement in order for us to progress. And technology itself, look at how we've gone. I don't know, when's the last time you used a typewriter? We don't use typewriters, we use computers, right? Remember after typewriters was word processors? Most of you probably have forgotten about that. That was the latest thing. Oh, word processing, data entry, right? Everything is computerized now. And those other instruments and devices are no longer relevant. So, if you're writing this down, please feel free, write it down, share your comments. I definitely understand that the desktop discussions isn't on a scheduled basis. It should be, and I'm going to work towards doing that because I think it's important. Because if I have something that's valuable to say and to share, if you know that you can look to me for that content, you should know that it's coming. And I think that's probably one of the weakest parts of me presenting desktop discussions. It just comes in out of nowhere. Although the content may be valuable, it's hard for a person to look forward to something when they don't know when to expect it, or maybe even where to expect it. So for that, I apologize, but we're working on it. So most of you that do see this in the replay, I still appreciate you and I appreciate your comments. It probably can be more impactful again if it's scheduled. So back to the technology and are we outsmarting ourselves? Even when it comes to agriculture and what else? I wrote some notes. Um, agriculture and infrastructure. Again, do we want to build buildings and homes and different places that we need with the mindset and the planning of yesteryear, or do we want to use blueprints and technology of today, which makes it hopefully more efficient but definitely faster to get things done? I know fast isn't always good as it relates to building buildings, whether it's commercial or residential, but we do need to evolve. So I believe that all of the things that I've listed and mentioned are really critical in us being able to advance and move forward in our current society's standards and time frame. However, I think there's some other things that we have to look at. Is the progress really progressive? The progress versus morality, or the progress with morality. So here's the difference. If it's progress versus morality, I think that sometimes that means we're outsmarting ourselves. We're outracing ourselves, meaning that one company here in the United States is trying to beat another company, and the United States overall is trying to beat other countries, right? Because, oh, I can make it faster, I can make it better, I can make it cheaper, I can make it where I make more money. Now, there's never anything wrong with making more money, but at what rate? Are you really taking advantage of the people and this and the gains? The benefits are really for you, the company. The gains are really for you, the country. Or are you making advancements where the people, the country, and the company are benefiting from a more moral perspective? I think there lies the difference. And again, I've been saying for quite some time, at least 15 years or so, in my opinion, we're moving too fast. Now, you might say, well, if someone knows how to do something and it's more efficient, why should they hold it back? I agree, but I also believe that the efficiency should be shared, because if you know that you have a newer, better, lighter weight, more efficient, more proficient way of doing something, be it a service or a product, you're going to tell me that you only know this now, and 6 months from now, when you roll out the new one, you didn't know it 6 months prior? So my old investment or my old purchase is really not that good, because now we are 6 months ahead of what I did before, and you had no idea. So now everyone's running and racing to get the latest apparatus, whatever it may be, mobile, computer, clothing, even, right? So, some people say, oh, no, you just got to keep up with the times. I get that. You do. But then I think we as a people should be able to control the volume of what comes out. Because if someone comes out with a brand new apparatus, 6 months ago they had a different one, is that 6-month old apparatus old? Is it still valuable? I can tell you how many mobile phones I've had, and I've never even used half of the features. So, as we move forward talking about AI, artificial intelligence, I was told that we are in jeopardy. They're saying that artificial intelligence can be or lead to the extinction of human beings. Well, how so? They say it's so jeopardizing that it's more jeopardizing than pandemics, nuclear war, and about two or three other things that can happen in this world's time combined. Now, if you're familiar with the Terminator movie and movies like that, Enemy of the State, um, you may realize that if you put so much technology into a computer and the computer is able to gather that technology, gather all the information from dictionaries, the encyclopedias, which we no longer use, and make sense of it. And remember, computers have no emotions. You put all of that technology together and it comes out, well, the computer will be able to teach itself. It will be able to learn. It will be able to make decisions again, emotionless decisions on how to do various things. And who can say, well, we'll just unplug it? Well, if it's that smart, you won't be able to unplug it because it will find a way of keeping itself connected not only with electricity, but with other technology, with satellites. And before you know it, we will be living a true Terminator's life. And the war against the machines may become real. Now, I don't know if this will happen in my lifetime. I hope it doesn't happen at all, but it's really true. So, is it going to be artificial intelligence or authentic intelligence? We have to decide not to take advantage of ourselves because, in many cases, I truly believe we are taking advantage of ourselves and we don't want to admit it and we don't like it. Why? Well, simply because we're able to make money, we're able to earn from it, we're able to yearn from it. And, folks, mark my words. Many of you may not see this broadcast. Many may not get to hear my voice, but it doesn't mean the words are not true. I like to get your comments. I like to hear what you think. I click on things that I know about, things that make sense because I am a true thinker. I believe that it's important that we use this thing called the brain so that we can advance, so that we can add value to the lives of other people. Desktop discussions isn't just about me blabbing and saying what I feel. Desktop discussions is about things that you might not have considered. It's about things that maybe you're not sure if you're the only one that thinks that way. So now that someone's at the door and we're wrapping this up, I want you to tell me what you really think. Radiate the brain and change the game.